There better not be rules to this.
I wonder, but you are lost.
Currently in development by Riot Games, 2XKO is a free-to-play fighting game in collaboration with Radiant Entertainment. The game brings characters from the League of Legends universe into intense battles. Its release is scheduled for this year, with versions planned for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and Windows. The idea of creating 2XKO, initially known as Project L, stemmed from Riot Games' desire to expand the League of Legends universe beyond the MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena, genre. The company aimed to offer players new ways to engage with their favorite champions, exploring different gameplay styles and reaching new audiences. This initiative reflects Riot's strategy to diversify its portfolio and provide varied experiences within the same fictional universe. The decision to incorporate League of Legends characters into 2XKO was based on the popularity and diversity of champions within the MOBA. With 170 champions available, Riot saw an opportunity to leverage this variety to create a rich and diverse fighting game. Each champion possesses unique abilities and distinct lore, allowing developers to adapt these characteristics into the new game format while ensuring that fans recognize and connect with their favorite characters. The process of selecting and adapting champions for 2XKO has been meticulous and strategic. Darius was the first character chosen for development due to his balance of speed and strength, serving as a solid foundation for the game's combat system. Ahri was the second champion selected, thanks to her mobility and projectile abilities, which played a key role in designing and testing the game's projectile mechanics. So far, 8 characters have been confirmed for 2XKO's roster: Darius, Echo, Yasuo, Jinx, Katarina, Aleoi, and Braum. Riot Games has not yet revealed the total number of characters that will be available at launch or added later. However, given the vast roster of champions in League of Legends, it is likely that new characters will be introduced over time, keeping the game fresh and offering players new experiences. 2XKO is a 2v2 tag team fighting game where players select 2 characters from the League of Legends universe. The game emphasizes team strategy, allowing players to switch between their primary and secondary characters using a tag system, enabling dynamic combos and strategic gameplay. The control scheme features light, medium, and heavy attacks, with each character having unique normal and special moves that can be executed through specific button combinations. The gaming community has shown great excitement for 2XKO, particularly due to the opportunity to control their favorite League of Legends champions in a new genre. Riot Games has demonstrated a strong commitment to meeting expectations by conducting alpha and beta tests to gather feedback and refine the gameplay experience. The next 2XKO playtest is on the way, bringing a brand new champion, additional fuses, and numerous adjustments based on feedback from Alpha Lab 1. Alright, this is going to be a long one, so let's jump right in. Fuses. Alpha Lab 2 will introduce 2 new fuses, Helper and Colossus. As a reminder, fuses are gameplay modifiers that you select at the start of each match. Some provide unique abilities to your team while others influence your overall combat strategy. Helper. With the Helper fuse, the point and assist champions never swap places. Instead, the point champion gains increased health and a defensive boost when falling below 30% HP. The assist champion stays in the background supporting their teammate with assists and exclusive fuse abilities, including access to double up, allowing you to perform a super immediately after your teammate's super. Access to super assist and rage break at the start of each round. The ability to press attack buttons and sync with an opponent's attacks to reduce damage taken by your teammate. You start with 1 super bar segment and can accumulate up to 5. Colossus. The Colossus fuse focuses on a single champion at a time, completely removing assist abilities. You also cannot switch champions except at the start of a new round. However, the point champion receives powerful buffs to compensate for the lack of a teammate. Increased overall health, defensive boost when below 30% HP, access to rage break at the start of a round, access to eject, a unique mechanic that costs 1 super bar segment and forces the opponent's assist champion into battle. The ability to use double up alone, allowing for 2 consecutive supers or a super followed by an ultimate. Starts with 2 super bar segments and can accumulate up to 5. Both Helper and Colossus are excellent choices if you prefer focusing on mastering one champion at a time or need to get used to 2XKO's tag mechanics. Helper is also ideal for playing with a newcomer, as it allows them to contribute to the fight without taking full control. Pulse Combo. The Pulse fuse has been removed and replaced with Pulse Combo, an auto combo feature that each player can toggle on or off during champion selection. If Pulse Combo is enabled, pressing L, M, or H multiple times will execute powerful auto combos. This setting does not interfere with your team's ability to choose another fuse. Rage Break. Similarly, the Fury fuse has been removed and replaced with Rage Break. When one of your champions is knocked out, you can press S1 or S2 plus T to activate Rage Break, granting plus 25% damage boost, 25% damage reduction, gray health regeneration. The effect varies depending on when it is activated. When hit or blocking, if unblocked, Rage Break repels the opponent like a regular break. If blocked, you recover before your opponent buff lasts 10s. When hitting your opponent, Rage Break will cause a wall bounce, buff lasts 10 seconds. When neither player is attacking, if unblocked, Rage Break repels the opponent like a normal break. If blocked, you recover before your opponent buff lasts 20s. Additionally, canceling normal or special attacks into a dash while Rage Break is active will reduce its duration by 5 seconds. Ranked matches. Alpha Lab 2 will also be the first test of ranked lobbies, competitive matchmaking that groups players based on skill level. Win ranked matches to earn points and climb the tiers, which are ranked from lowest to highest: Contender, Iron, Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Emerald, Diamond, Master, Grandmaster, and Challenger. Now, let's talk a bit about Braum's abilities. His game plan revolves around shaking off incoming pressure and protecting his teammate, creating opportunities to strike back with overwhelming force and letting them shine. Additionally, he introduces a freeze mechanic to the game, using the magic within his shield to stop opponents cold. This opens up new strategic possibilities, whether you're playing as him or against him. Defense is at the core of his design, but don't underestimate his damage potential, or it might cost you. His gameplay is built around Unbreakable, a buff that coats his shield in ice. Braum gains Unbreakable by landing specific abilities, granting him an extra layer of armor on his shield attacks while the buff is active. This allows him to absorb a hit when using certain moves. However, enemies can remove Unbreakable with a knockdown, a throw, or an armor-breaking attack such as a charged heavy or an ultimate. Unbreakable enhances all of Braum's special moves, increasing their damage while also granting icy new effects to some of his abilities. For example, Winter Spike consumes the buff to fire a projectile that freezes opponents on hit. Meanwhile, Braum's assist lets him shield his teammate from one hit or empower them with an even stronger shield when Unbreakable is active. Because of this, it's a smart strategy to start with him as your point character, activate the buff, and then tag in your partner. That way, you can use the enhanced assist to absorb tons of damage or slam opponents into the wall. Just rinse and repeat until they're KO. Stand Behind Me is Braum's signature ability. Holding S2 grants unlimited armor, allowing him to absorb projectiles. To break through, opponents will need to throw him or land an armor-breaking attack. While Braum is blocking, his teammate can attack freely, making this a great way to safely tag in and maintain pressure. But be careful. Communication with your partner is key to avoiding mistakes. Braum wants to protect his ally as much as possible because he knows they've got his back in return. After all, it's always better to fight together. Overall, Braum has two main goals: activate Unbreakable or call in a teammate to extend a combo. His freezing abilities create big openings to land heavy hits or set up a strategic tag-in. Battering Ram and Stand Behind Me allow Braum to absorb projectiles, while Unbreakable gives him an edge when attacking. However, because he trades speed for strength, he doesn't have many ways to mix up or chase down faster opponents. The Poros, small magical creatures from Freljord, are loyal allies of Braum thanks to his heroic deeds. His command grab summons a tiny but mighty warrior that leaves the opponent vulnerable for a moment. Use this move when your opponent is on the back foot to easily activate Unbreakable. While it doesn't deal much damage, it's an annoying tool that knocks enemies out of the air, forcing them to fight Braum on the ground. Finally, his ultimate, Snack Time, summons a horde of Poros in a stampede of destructive cuteness. They're stronger than they look, dealing massive damage, either as a combo finisher or as a reversal. This ability makes Braum relatively easy to pick up and play. For beginners, simply pressing any heavy attack twice will activate a reliable follow-up. If you're new to the game, this mechanic helps ensure consistent damage. And if you're playing in a duo with a more advanced player, you can use Braum to initiate combos and then tag in your partner to keep up the pressure. Braum's best allies are those who take full advantage of Stand Behind Me. For example, Echo and champions with assists that cover a lot of ground pair well with him. Additionally, this ability is great for champions who need time to set up, such as Aleoi, making it easier to summon a sea of tentacles while Braum holds the line. Braum is always ready to save the day, no matter the mix-up. My Bramigos, have fun.
Shooting them won't solve my problems. But it'll still be fun. Ready! Let's go! Let's play! Double out! My time! Down below! Got him! Go!
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates. See you next time.